Oh my god. Okay.
Composure.
Hey baby, it's time for Markout Mania, the Saturday morning show where everyone marks out. MEEF here to help us all celebrate Fantasma's Cruiserweight title win. Come on, let's all mark out. NXT takeover soon. Will Crosby help us doom. Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream. Io Shirai better win the belt. There is so much going on. Ease your mind and mark along. It's Saturday, time for Markout Mania.
Woo!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh my goodness! Hey, welcome everyone to the Markout Mania, and welcome back to the show. I think is this your third or fourth time?
I think it's third.
Third time. It's MMM shows MEEF. Welcome.
MEEF.
Yeah, hello everybody. How are we doing?
What's going on, brother?
Oh my God.
Great
It's all right, yeah, just...
greatest HDF fan.
Yes, maybe only at the minute. there's a lot of people upset about Devlin, and there's a lot of people upset about Spud.
About Spud?
Yeah, well, they were upset when he got lost, but you know he won his contract, and they're all upset about that whole angle, aren't they? So.
I did see people unhappy because they were saying either they felt it was exploitive, whichever direction it really went. Like if they fired him for real and then strung him along and then hired him, they felt it was exploitive. If this was all a storyline while they fired everyone else, they felt it was exploitive. Excuse me. Hey, Justin's in the chat room. Hey,
what's up, Justin? What's going on?
We were corpsing. Apologies for opening to corpsing.
We're trying not to laugh.
Yeah, we're trying not to laugh. Zeus, what's going on, man? You okay over there, buddy?
Okay, so I woke up at 4 a.m. with my arm hurting because I'm sleeping on my bad arm for some odd reason, and so I got up. I get up, do some exercises, and wake up, and then I was like, well, I'm hungry. Let's go grab some breakfast, and I made a mistake of going to Bojangles, which has like sleep hormones in it because
at the hiatus.
I mean, I ate the breakfast, and then I was like, I need to lay down for a minute here.
How hot is it?
The quarterback is toast. That was it.
Right.
How hot is it there, Zeus?
North Carolina's not too hot. James is probably hotter than we are. It's like I think it's gonna be like 80 today or something like that.
Yeah, it was 92 and humid as hell yesterday. It was brutal over here. But it's been raining this whole weekend so far, so that's good because at least I'll have a nice lawn.
Yeah, right now it's 83 degrees here in Texas.
Yeah, it's hot as balls.
That's right. Yeah, Pedro gets hot as balls too.
Yeah.
Dang.
So it's been an interesting week in wrestling, huh? It's been pretty good, huh?
Man,
did something happen?
Point, Pedro,
what?
To your point, Pedro, I don't care if it was storyline. I don't care if they exploited it. I don't care how they did it. But it was a nice touch the way Triple H came out and had the contract in his hand. It was cool how they did it. That's all I'm gonna say. It was it was pretty cool.
It was shitty for them to fire 50 people in the first place.
Well, that's so.
I think the thing is with it is as much as people are slagging it off, it wasn't the objective from the beginning. They were not. This wasn't. They didn't go into this with. They didn't fire people and have this storyline there. It's just he obviously went to them and was like, "Look, I'll finish out the tournament regardless. I don't think he was necessarily going to be in the final. But then he did the video, and then if you think about it, if you're a company, you're like, oh shit, like, you know, this guy does want it. You know what I mean? He's showing the passion. When you think about some of the people who went, as much as people are slagging this off, most of the people who went were people who caused trouble since day one, or were very vocal about, you know, causing trouble backstage and stuff like that, and other wrestlers falling out with them. And there were also people who, there was also people who wanted to leave.
Yeah,
a lot of them were people who were in positions where they weren't on TV. They hadn't been on TV. I mean, Jesus Christ, was it Zack Ryder? When was he on TV? The last 5 years. You know, so for me, I can understand why it's like it's shit that it was done in that time, and it's upsetting for obviously some of the wrestlers who lost their job, and it didn't happen at the right time in the pandemic because they were getting a paycheck, and then they weren't getting a paycheck, but they were paid up for like 30 days. Or 60 days, I think, some of them, you know, and some of them have actually. What's really weird about it is you find out now that some of them are actually furloughed.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing. It's this whole wrestling fan thing where they just want to have a problem with stuff nowadays. It's us and them, and it's just enjoy it.
Don't make me break into the Cures us and them. I'll start thinking it.
Yeah, Justin, it could be a work from the jump. You know, the whole thing could be a work from jump. Who knows? You know,
shout out to YYH in the chat room.
Double Y, double H.
Yo.
See the way that the tournament began, you know, it ended very, you know, strangely different from that. So I think they just rode with the public sentiment and popularity of Spud for that.
That video put him over, way over, you know?
Yeah.
And did you notice there's no more interim champion? It's just champion now?
Yeah, but what's weird is on their website they actually have Devlin and Fantasma holding it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a bit straight again. They do things in half measures sometimes and don't actually ever, you know.
Well, hey, since we're getting into it, MEEF, what is the big thing that happened this week on NXT?
Io Shirai had a wrestling match.
Dang
it! And that's always a glorious moment.
But you don't dry hump your black mannequin if Io Shirai has a match on.
Trust me, I would do terrible things to just be in Io Shirai's presence.
I don't think I know this black mannequin reference, but
you don't know about the black mannequin? My mannequin. So I have a mannequin for my cape. Right.
Okay, I think I've seen it in your. Okay, you've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I bought it because I was going to display my cape on it, and it's got a massive bulge.
And it's always right behind his head. Many of the episodes of MMM show.
I mean, I didn't notice that. Now I have to rewatch these episodes.
Oh yeah. It was a running joke for quite a while. I've had to throw a sheet over him because he's really quite. You know, it's there and usually just beside my head. It's quite disturbing.
Oh my god.
God.
Okay.
Yes, but
yes,
said, the final
back to
the Cruiserweight interim heavyweight
yeah.
world champion of the NXT WCW Cruiserweight lineage title from Hoovy on down.
Yeah.
The juice.
God bless Hoovy. Juice it, baby. We love the juice.
The juice, baby.
The juice is loose. This title has so much prestige. Guys like Kidman, Ray.
Do they add that into the history of this belt? Have they actually added it in there?
I'm so confused by it all because like Jerry Lynn won the light heavyweight title once, and I don't think that's part of what this is.
No, I think that lineage was cut, right, Zeus?
I think so. I think they abandoned that Which is really funny because that's the same title that WWF abandoned that became part of the Super J Crown.
Yeah.
So, looking it up on, well, I mean, it's Wikipedia, but Wikipedia just has this version starting with TJ Perkins.
Ugh, that's not a good place to start.
Jesus.
So when he won the Cruiserweight Classic, do you remember that back in 2016?
Yeah. There's the tournament with Cedric Alexander and Ibushi.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, God, Ibushi, yeah.
So how about the match, though?
Yeah, what about that match?
Was it good? Did you find that it was a little overproduced, or?
They were doing a lot with the kind of like Maverick fighting the odds kind of thing in the match, and then HCF getting his stuff in. Didn't manage to get the dive in though, and you have the mystery attackers come in.
I thought he looked better than he has been the last few weeks. He like physically and in the ring. I think he looked the best.
He looked a little slow the first couple of weeks, and then he seemed to pick it up. I don't know if he's still adapting to the WWE style, or is it just
There's a weird thing. If you Justin will say about this. With the first match, we kind of noticed that Jack Gallagher was a bit, let's just say, in it for himself. Kind of, that was what came across. He wasn't selling anything, and he was kind of, and then he actually continued that throughout the rest of the tournament as well. So it wasn't just purely the HCF match. He was a bit strange in that one.
Yeah, I think the tattoo says it all. It says I'm a bit strange.
Yeah, Jack Gallagher.
Like I look like an old English dinner plate. Fuck, what the hell?
It's surprising to have Princess Diana's face on it.
Oh my God.
I like to play with sailors,
Holy shit.
That's a soundbite.
Damn, James, you auditioning for the MMM show?
Yeah. That's what happens. I come on and bring you all down to our level.
Oh my God.
No, trust me, we were already there.
I thought the match was I thought the match was good. Maverick sold like a ton. Like it was kind of like this match with Kushida. In his match against Kushida, he was like selling, like putting it over like crazy. The pain. So I thought it was a pretty good match. It
was a good pace to it. It was a good pace. HDF seemed slowed down to me. I don't think they wanted to go full speed. They
also did if you watch it again, he's got a bit of the Cuerno in it.
Right.
He starts doing the stalking.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was a little bit of that in his body language as well. That's fresh in my mind from obviously rewatching Lucha Underground. But he was when like Drake was hurt or whatever, he was like, you could see him stalking a little bit at the first part of the match.
Yeah,
it's very good.
He's got so much to offer. I was really just so happy for him. I was not.
Justin, I agree with what you said about Gallagher. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to say. I saw so much. So many fans that were pulling for Maverick online. Throughout Twitter. It was just a huge, swelling of support for him. And I was just like, God, between that and the promo, that's the kind of thing that, that Vince loves. So, I was really thrilled when Hijo del Fantasma won the Cruiserweight title.
Yeah.
That's how you get both guys over, though. You give one guy a belt and then you sign another guy to a contract. So, hey, listen, it's a win-win for everyone.
I saw some people didn't like that because they felt it took it minimized Fantasma's title win.
I don't think so. I think especially in this time of no audience wrestling, you have to do a little something to keep people interested, and I think it was done well. It's fine. It's fine.
The thing as well is I don't think it was necessarily WWE did it that way. I will say that there's been more attention put on Maverick, just not alone the contract and his story playing out, but also the people with the negative about it. So I think that's kind of that's been the topic has gone quite bigger than the actual win, but at the end of the day, he's got a belt.
I will say, I mean, could they have saved that for like something to put up on like YouTube or their social media?
Yeah.
Probably, you know.
Backstage or something.
Yeah, so I mean, they could have like. Do you remember when Mia Yim did the Mae Young Classic, the second one, and they gave her like a contract or something after she got eliminated?
Or
wasn't
even
that just like a social media thing?
Mm-hmm.
Or they could have done a Drake saying goodbye tomorrow night.
Mm.
You know,
boy, yeah,
Drake's going to dress the crowd.
Cut another promo, make everybody cry, and then you know what it reminded me of is the end of the first Ultimate Fighter. Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin, had to fight to get the contract to get into the UFC, the 6-figure contract, and it was such a tough split decision fight that Dana White gave Stephen Bonner a contract. That he announced it. After they, right immediately after, he's like, Stephen Bonner's in. He's getting the contract too. That's what it made me think of.
Yeah. Because I think they did it with Cedric Alexander, didn't they, in the Cruiserweight tournament, the original tournament as well.
And speaking of the Cruiserweight tournament, I thought the tournament was pretty good. I thought the matches were good. I definitely see some storylines brewing out of that whole thing. And the thing with the two masked wrestlers now, is HCF going to be a part of this? Is it going to be his entourage? Is it going to be he's going to say no? I have nothing to do with them. And I mean,
honestly, it's a strange one because at first it looked like it was going to be Fantasma, and there's the whole Kushida thing. So because the two guys, Raul Mendoza and DJZ, were taken after wrestling Kushida. Mm-hmm. So it looked like it was going to be like something to do with Kushida, and then like if it was Fantasma versus Kushida in the final, they were going to come out and actually attack Kushida, and it was going to be Fantasma's guys, LWO kind of thing. But now it's a strange one. Someone wrote somewhere that it's the WWE. This is just one of those backstage things, saying that it's going to like an angle from the 1970s terrorist group in America. Which I was like, oh god, let's not go near terrorist fucking things again.
Yeah, we tried that once, and the guy got fired from the WWE.
Like the real world isn't shit enough right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ask Jackson Riker.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm curious to see where that story goes. But one of the things I'm more curious about, what are the matches y'all are looking forward to for Fantasma, like defending the title?
Pete Dunne.
That should be.
I know he wants Pete. I know he wants Pete Dunne.
Well, I want them to unify the title first. I want it to be one Cruiserweight title.
Yeah.
I don't want this shit with the interim and two people. So let's get that out of the way first.
He's probably going to have a defense or two before that happens, James, just because of what's going on.
Right. But no, I'm talking about long-term storyline, long-term program. I think it'd be good with Pete Dunne, man. I think that shit would be really good. Even with Kushida, sure.
Well, yeah, the ones I'm looking forward to, of course, against Devlin, him and Devlin, determining who's the actual champ, and then Fantasma and Kushida, of course, is like tops.
But you also got to build a storyline is because you can have Drake Maverick and then him and Kushida go at it again, and then have them team against the two masked men, and then have HDF come out and we 3-on-2, and then you have Atlas joins, and it'll be 3-on-3. So you're like, there's definitely some storyline potential there,
Atlas would be a good title defense too, in a way.
Yeah.
I
think if anything,
that off the rope DDT thing is crazy good.
Yeah, it is. That is good stuff, man.
Oh, what about Dorada / I hate saying his WWE name, but Grand Metalik.
Grand Metalik.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But then
Yeah,
again, I
that's
think they're going to try and keep him away from luchadors as such.
Hmm.
I see him trying to keep away from that for a minute until they get this whole storyline starts getting involved. Is Evan Bourne actually still at NXT? I know he went down there, but
he hasn't been on TV for a while. I don't know if he's actually going to be on TV anymore. I heard a rumor that he's going to be the PC center from now on. You know, like like as a trainer and stuff. So I don't know.
Because I was going to say, like, them two had a good match in TNA.
Right.
I
don't know if WWE is ever going to put him on TV again. I don't know.
No.
You know?
Because he would have been good for this tournament, really.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, without question.
Instead of Tony fucking Nese. Jesus Christ.
I can't, you know what? He's good, but there's something about him that just makes me want to change the channel.
He's a vacuum of charisma.
Yeah, he's not a damn he didn't feel like he was a championship contender in that small fucking group.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
I want more Ricochet, so let's have Ricochet go after it again. Sure, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we want Ricochet versus Fantasma. That'd be good.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm. Whose house? Worf's house. Come on.
Just been damn, just more missing Lucha Underground this week. Since we got Justin in here.
Yeah.
Swerve.
Yeah. Justin, so I tweeted out I miss Lucha Underground and put up Dario meme, and Captain Hotness liked it.
Yeah. You'll be happy about that, Justin.
That's your girl. Even though she's married and in Scandinavia, but so
he said best bet for HGF is fused with pretty white boys. That's to sell as much merch as humanly possible if he wants to get to the top. Hey, man, Justin, no argument there, man.
Does he have any good merch?
They haven't released a shirt yet.
I'd definitely buy a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'll buy 10.
Are you liking his new gear, Meef? Are you liking his new gear?
Yeah. So his new mask maker is amazing. Does really good work, and the detail in the mask is absolutely fantastic. But obviously, they had to avoid certain things, copyright things.
That's kind of what we were thinking too.
The new, because that's was it Crossing Bean wanted me to address the mask remasking.
Oh Jesus!
You do not have to address that.
Don't worry about Bean.
No, that's fine. Because the thing is,
go for it.
Rey Mysterio has one.
There you
So
go.
if you want to argue, there you go. That's another one pull out. The other thing being as well is, look, he was going in there, and I think the tournament thing happened out of necessity rather than it was what was designed for him in the first place. And obviously he had the knee injury that delayed his introduction. So I think he would have been unmasked originally, but things played a different way. And you got to look at it this way. How many wrestlers in there are wearing trunks and pretty boys? There's quite a few, and Jorge Bolli as a kind of like name, selling it to, because you got to remember that everything nowadays is a product, it's a brand. It wouldn't create the intrigue straight off the bat, the people who watch WWE and things like that, they're not necessarily clued up about the rest of the world. If you just watch when he was announced and when he won this, people just don't have a fucking clue. Whereas as soon as they put him in that mask, his new mask design, which he designed himself, is very regal. So just in the kind of like the patterning on it, kind of gives that kind of, puts something there. There's intrigue because obviously masked wrestlers automatically become intrigue, and his gears all kind of like I said again, his gears all regal. So and then they give him back the El Hijo del Fantasma name, which again gives him kind of you can search that on YouTube, you can find out all those matches from before. you know, and it gives him some prestige and some background, some history, and then obviously that adds into being able to say about his father being a historical luchador, and kind of, you know, it just adds so much more to the character depth straight off the bat that so many people going in just don't have. So like a lot of guys go in, they've got to go in straight away with like mass charisma. They've got to do all this in the ring. They've got to do this. Whereas Fantasma comes with a pedigree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The way he looks,
the other thing
it makes a lot of sense for the marketing aspect.
Oh yeah.
Which is the big thing. And
you know,
I mean, you know,
if they'd offered Dorian $50 more, he would have taken down the Poker DeAs's match off of YouTube.
Yeah.
If LU didn't own the rights, imagine if he would have just shown up as King Corno. That would just blew everybody's skull.
Well, one of the great things as well was that one of the pairs of tights he wore was like an old pair from about, I want to say 3 to 4 years ago, from AAA, where he wore the headdress of Tezcatlipoca.
Yeah.
No, sorry, not Tezcatlipoca. It was the Eagle Warrior. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he wore an Eagle Warrior mask, and that's what's actually done. A guy did a drawing of it, and they actually made it into a pair of tights.
Nice. That is nice. Yeah, but at least I'm glad to see that the NXT show is finally improving again after about 3 weeks of total shit.
Well, that week was good too.
It wasn't total shit because Cross was on there.
Well, outside of Cross, I mean, come on, Zeus. Outside of Cross, it was bad.
But when they were
shit with the Garganos,
they were
the whole shit.
Overstuffing it and things. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was horrible. So now it's finally picking up again. You know.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been good. The Garganos still remain a bad part of the show.
Yeah,
but
those cute little children.
It's this gimmick. This current gimmick. I'm not saying.
Yeah, but why would you take somebody who's that good in the wrestler, who's proven in the ring, has so many match of the year candidates? You know, I mean, he's Johnny Wrestling, and then you stick him with fucking the fake Killer Frost and stupid fucking dinner with Velveeta and cheese. It's not happening. I refuse. No, that's it. I'm done. That's it. It's shit. It's shit. So I refuse.
So you're not a fan then? Not a fan.
I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of the whole Eve dinner at my house with them going back and forth. I am not a fan of the fucking you homegirl's a stunt double. She's a stunt double from the Legion of Doom. She's the fake Killer Frost. I'm not with that look. I'm not with it. No.
What about his grease look?
No.
Because he looks like
Hey, Kaneki. Hey, Kaneki, where's my time? No, just go back to fucking wrestling in the ring, okay? Please.
Well, hey,
are you guys enjoying Cross?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is the best entrance video I've seen in a long time.
Cross, they're doing like everything right with Cross.
Oh yeah,
100% right now.
I think he has a lot to do with it as well.
Even Scarlett Bordeaux was looking like she's looking a little freaky the other night. I was like, that was kind of hot how they did it, you know.
Yeah, he's really. I mean, there's so many people like, oh man, where's this guy been for so long? And you definitely feel like, this is a lot of his, thumbprint all over, what's going on with his entrance and promos and everything. It feels very, very, Cross.
I don't see him being there next summer. He won't be in NXT still by next summer,
right?
If not earlier. I don't think Rumble or Mania. I think that might be too early, but I think definitely he'll be.
I mean, unless they give him the run with the belt. I mean, because they got to take it on Adam Cole sometime.
Yeah, his contract's running out, isn't it? His contract's up in 3 months.
Yeah, well, so something's going to happen soon.
We seem to be touching on this a little bit. So, speaking about Adam Cole and the belt, he has to defend the title this weekend at NXT Takeover in your house against Velveteen Dream. I'm assuming, James, you're saying Cole is winning.
I think he's gonna win. I don't think they're gonna give it to Dream just yet. I would like to see Dream have it, but I don't know if they're gonna give it to him yet. But Adam Cole's been beat up too. I mean, he's been getting his ass kicked around the ring. They've been keeping him out of the ring lately, so that's kind of cool. So he can heal up those little bumps and bruises. But I think, as much as I love UE, I love the Undisputed Era, but I think it's time for Cole to give up the belt. I think it's time for a fresh face. Although it's always great to have a heel champion.
Zeus, what were you going to say? I apologize.
Well, there's so many things, kind of happening right now in the main roster, especially with Samoa Joe. With him kind of, looks like he's probably retiring from active wrestling and moving to commentary. And, there's some similarities between, that unstoppable suplex, type of wrestler that he is that, has some similarities to Cross, so that unstoppable juggernaut type of wrestler that, Cross could fill on the main roster too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We want Cross versus Taker.
Do you think they rush him up, Zeus?
I don't know if they, maybe by the end of the year. I mean, it's easily possible.
Yeah.
Because some of these other guys. I mean, how many? Edge isn't going to wrestle, full time again forever. So
he does 3 matches a year. Is it? He's got signed a contract for 3 matches. Is it?
Yeah,
something like that.
He'll be wrestling in the world's greatest match.
And I'm not
that
buying
world's
Braun
greatest match thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be shit. It's got shit written all over it. But I'm not buying Braun Strowman with the belt. I like Drew McIntyre, but I think he needs a crowd to be really over.
We'll get to that stuff later, James.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. But going back to Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, I do think they're going to take the belt off Cole here.
Yeah, but Justin makes a good point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think for a number of reasons, they're going to take it off.
Also,
if they don't, then that means maybe there's more private life stuff that may come out on someone.
Well, that's a whole different situation.
Yeah.
The other side of that thing is basically, if you look at it for Dream, he's been he was so hot, and he is like ridiculously good wrestler, and merchandise, and kind of he is money. He's kind of been swimming around the Gargano thing of. He's been in NXT now for 3 years, 4 years. Yeah. I mean, he's been there longer. Wow. But what I mean is the Velveteen Dream character has definitely been around for the last 2-3 years, and it's kind of like what he hasn't actually really ever done too much. He won the North American title for a couple of weeks, did he?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they've got to make a decision on him some point.
I feel like he lost a lot of momentum from last year.
Well, after he got hurt, he was off team.
I know he got injured, but it doesn't feel the same like it did.
His thing with Bobby Roode, what's his name? The suplex guy, backbreaker guy.
Oh, Roderick Strong.
Yeah, shitty white boots. Yeah.
If there's nothing that Lucha fans are good for, it's criticizing shitty gear.
Oh yeah.
We love nice gear.
I know what match James is most looking forward to.
What?
That's Finn Balor versus his favorite, Damian Priest.
Oh, Damian Priest! Oh my god, I can't wait! I'm actually featured in a pay-per-view this Sunday. I will beat Finn Balor, then I have to kill Keith Lee again. I'll do it while making a sandwich. Someone pass the mustard. I'm in NXT. Oh, that guy's brutal. Fucking Damian Priest. He can actually go, but he just keep his mouth shut. He needs a mouthpiece. Because his promos are absolutely brutal.
Does he not come across as being like carrying Cross light, like extremely light?
How dare you even compare him to Cross? Not even close.
No.
Are you
What I mean
smoking
is
crack over there, Beef? What's wrong?
No.
He's trying to steal
way.
the character, the kind of character idea.
No. I think it's a good character that he has. I think he's great in the ring because he's actually good. He's a big guy, but he just doesn't have that charisma that Cross has. He just doesn't have that oomph. Yeah, he doesn't have that oomph, and he definitely needs a mouthpiece. You know.
Well, he cannot cut a promo.
No, he cannot.
For sure.
I ran out of toilet paper. Now I have to use my headband.
No.
That dude's not even good enough to be in the Kingdom or in Vincent's group of cronies.
No, it's not.
Kingdom?
He's talented in the ring. I mean, he's got some talent. I mean, and he's shown that he could have a decent match with Keith Lee. But it's just, he
had those good matches with Pete Dunne too. But I mean, it's Pete Dunne,
he did have those matches with Pete Dunne. Yeah, but that's Pete Dunne.
It's Pete Dunne. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he just doesn't have that it factor. He just doesn't do it for me. He just makes me want to change the channel.
He just,
he's just like the forgotten pop. He's just like the forgotten pop. Just want to change the channel. They suck. He sucked. They all suck. Jackson Riker sucked at the hell of my TV.
What about so we mentioned Cross versus Tommaso Ciampa tomorrow night.
I'm looking forward to that.
Any predictions there?
I want them to take the gloves off. I want NXT to let them be them and have a good 20-25 minute drop down, drag out match. No bullshit. No overproduced match. I don't want anything half speed. I want them to do a classic takeover match. Go for it.
I disagree.
Part of me sees it lasting 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Why?
I just in terms of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cross is such a big character. Yeah. I think because Cross's kind of thing is pure annihilation, destroy. I mean, he's amazing at selling people stuff and putting people over when he's wrestling them, and then he'll kill them in an instant. So it could go longer, but I just, for some strange reason, in my head, I'm just thinking they have him just murder Ciampa and tear him apart, and maybe he stalks him and cracks it out for 5 minutes. But I think literally Cross is gonna tear him apart. I'd prefer to see him tear him apart for 5 minutes.
That might happen. I thought it'd be nice to see him actually wrestle for a change.
Oh yeah. I don't mind that. I would love to see a 20-minute match, 25-minute match.
This is what I think. The first match is shorter. It's Ciampa tries to fight, he can't. Cross is overwhelming, just kills him. It's a shorter match. It's more dominant for Cross, puts him over big time. And then however long down the line they have a rematch, that's when you have the longer match.
I can see that.
That's what I would do, at least. Because like MEEF was saying, with his character and the way he's been presented, it would take stuff away from him to go from killing people then to have a 30-minute match.
So then if you're going to book it like that, then is Ciampa the right opponent for him? As his first opponent. If you're going to book it like that.
Because Ciampa's got the injury history. So basically you put across the fact that Cross knows his injury list. He knows how to target him. He just targets us. And I'm not being funny, if Cross lands the Saito on him, then Ciampa's neck's just going to compile.
What? I mean, wouldn't you say it's instant credibility if he
Yeah, exactly.
It gives him instant.
Yeah, because I mean, Ciampa's he's one of the most associated guys with the whole brand, and
I guess I'm in the minority because even Zero said that it doesn't need to be a 20-25 minute match. What's up, Zero? What's going on, brother?
Oh,
so, maybe I'm wrong. So let's see what happens tomorrow night. Hopefully it's a good match. Either way, I just want it to be good.
Yeah. No bullshit interference, nothing like that. Just
right. I don't need a dusty finish, So, because I have no faith in the Finn Balor, the Damian Priest match. I have no faith that's going to be good. I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I don't know.
I'm not a fan of Finn Balor, so
he has his moments.
Yeah. Since Zero's here, let's talk about one of his favorites and one of a lot of ours favorite. Io Shirai is going to be challenging Charlotte Flair along with Rhea Ripley in a three-way for the NXT Women's title. Which is the way that Charlotte Flair continues to be champion, because they'll do something, and yeah. Because Io will probably take the pin because Rhea's amazing, but she's she's a favorite. Charlotte can't lose because she's Charlotte Flair. Io Shirai can lose. We've already seen that, even though she shouldn't. Boo. But that's how it works. Boo MEEF. Boo.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point, because I don't know if Vince is ready to have the Raw Women's Champion Asuka and the NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai.
Yeah. Well, it's just the fact of the matter is who out of the three, look at them and just go, who would they let take a pin?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Rhea Ripley could happen just to kind of build that storyline of her finally beating Charlotte in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So she could be, come up short again. Io gets taken out of the ring for a minute, and then Rhea goes for the big finish, and her knee gives way again, or whatever. Or Charlotte's tricky and gets her.
Yeah,
James, it's gonna be tough to have Io and Kana as champions at the same time in WWE with Charlotte floating around.
yeah, true. Yeah,
I hate it.
Somebody's got to give.
I hate it.
No, I totally agree.
I personally hate it, but I think we said a few weeks ago or a month or however long ago, the most likely thing was Rhea is going to be the one to beat Charlotte for the belt to redeem in that whole storyline.
Yeah.
And yes, Zero said Io needs to fucking win the belt, no questions. Fucking asked, and it needs to be by pinning Charlotte. This is Io's 5th time going for the title. She needs this. Yeah, but they're not going to do it, Zero. That's the best way. Lower expectations. That's the best thing is to lower expectations.
Yeah. See, what we really needed to happen after WrestleMania was for Rhea to move up onto the main roster and Io to take over NXT. That's what needed to happen.
Yeah,
I thought that was the plan originally, but I think that got thrown a monkey wrench when Visa got all screwed up and she had to go back to Australia. So I think that's where all the changing, all the changes were supposed to be made, Because they brought up Shayna Baszler and now all of a sudden she's out of Vince's eyes, and now she's just staying up there and absolutely doing nothing. So
yeah, interesting. You mentioned Shayna Baszler. What happened to her during that match? At the ladder match, she disappeared. She literally into thin air. She was running after them all, and then just never came back out.
I've heard that she fell out of favor with Vince. I don't know why. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, I heard she was never in favor with Vince. Is the problem with her main roster? Still.
Well, then why call her up?
She can't stay in NXT forever. I mean,
Johnny Gargano can.
Yeah.
Well, there's a height limit there's a height minimum for the main roster for men.
Yeah.
He is not tall enough to ride this ride.
Oh my God! Hey,
you gotta be this tall.
Speaking of Johnny Gargano,
my 5-year-old. What?
Johnny Gargano's challenging Keith Lee for the North American title. They killed my interest in this. I hope it's a good match, but yeah. What do y'all think? Any thoughts?
I think they're both capable of having great matches. I think they're capable of having a good match with each other. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be full of shenanigans. This one. This is gonna be with the women getting involved. It's just, and then I think for me again, it's another one of those where you could see, okay, Johnny gets the belt, Keith Lee moves up to the main roster. I think they're looking to fill a lot of the spaces in the main roster at the minute. And they are loaded in NXT, absolutely loaded in NXT with talent that needs to be on TV.
As long as I keep Damian Priest on in NXT, I'm happy.
The women are involved in that 6-woman tag match. Mia Yim, Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Nox versus Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez.
It's not Candice LeRae, it's Killer Frost.
Is it,
She's
Frozen?
No. She's more like, Killer Karen.
Yeah.
Not Killer Frost.
Ultimo Karen.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin, I remember that. They were both in Maverick Pro. I remember that one show where Keith Lee threw that one guy's head into the ceiling of that small venue.
That there was that one great match at Keith Lee in Wrestle Circus against Jack Evans.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, I told like 3 other LU guys about that, like PJ Black and some of the other guys. I was like, that match was so funny because we timed it. It's like Jack held on to that cigarette for 8 minutes wrestling that that big monster.
I saw him here. He wrestled Swerve, and he came out, and he was in Manchester, and he wore a Liverpool hat, and he talked so much shit. The place was like burning down, and he had a cigarette in his mouth, and he just kept it in, and he literally wrestled the entire match with it. He didn't lose it at all.
That's insane.
And I say cigarette.
YYH, yes, we're talking about Jack Evans right now. Or briefly, cause
he doesn't get on TV much, does he?
No, they're still in Mexico right now.
Okay, is that the?
Yeah, him and Angelico are both still in Mexico right now. I did not watch any AEW this week, so I can't tell you all anything about it. Did any of y'all watch any of it?
I haven't watched a single episode since it came on TV.
You're a good man, MEEF.
Zeus, did you watch any?
No. The only thing I watched was that amazing fucking promo that Tully Blanchard cut.
Oh yeah,
that was hot.
To get his head out of his fucking ass.
Yeah, that was a good promo.
That was a good promo. Jesus, that might have been one of Tully's best promos. I mean, that was fucking. It's like, you got to fucking do something, dude. And then he's just standing there like a fucking idiot the whole time.
Yeah,
when he's
he doesn't say anything. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't say anything,
I'm like,
Speaking of the Blanchards, what's happened with Tessa?
I don't know. Didn't
she's
I
stuck in
think they're going to
Mexico
strip
too,
her.
isn't she?
Yeah, I think they're going to strip her of the belt or something like that. I don't know.
Because she's living with Dargo in Mexico, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
In Tijuana.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, Impact is supposed to make a big. They're supposed to do a big announcement about their championship. So we'll see what happens.
I watched Impact last week, and then I'm not going to lie, I just completely didn't even think about it this week. I just didn't think about it, so I didn't. See
a lot of people do that.
It is kind of that way. Easy to forget it exists.
It's the child you left in the pub when you went home.
Oh man, damn.
I get notifications from through my email because I followed their Twitch channel. Before they got well, I mean, I don't get Access TV, so
right.
But I was there was guys I was still trying to watch. and there's still people there that I like, and I'm glad they got fans, but it's just I just have a hard time.
Yeah, but their fans are cultists. They're fucking weird. I try not to interact with them. Jesus Christ.
I mean, increasingly, almost every fan base is cultist for anything.
Oh yeah, I know, but like, I mean, even WWE people don't defend it as much as TNA people do. Jesus, they would literally get hit by a bus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, the diehard TNA guys.
Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Misery Eater, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Misery Eater, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy who loved all the Lucha Underground guys, and then when they left, he was like, "Oh, they're all shit. They're all shit. They didn't need to be." Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he was like talking shit about Cross being in NXT and not appearing yet. I was like, really, dude? I'm like, and then like 2 weeks later, it's like the biggest fucking thing on NXT.
Sold more shirts than he ever did at Impact.
Did they have a shirt for him at Impact?
No, I don't think they did. I think
hard to do.
Oh my goodness! It would be interesting to see Impact merch numbers. Oh my goodness!
Impact, please.
So okay, none of us watched AEW. None of us watched Impact. What about Raw? Anyone see Raw?
No.
I had it on the background. It was okay.
Yeah, we were watching Stardom during Raw.
Yeah, exactly. So I had it on the background. It was all right. It was nothing spectacular. I was more interested in SmackDown last night.
Yeah.
Because the SmackDown is clearly the Daddy DeVille show.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you, Zeus. Yep.
She's the number one reason to tune in. Because I love Johnny Mundo, but John Morrison is not as good to watch as Johnny Mundo was. So yeah,
got that right.
And why would you have a vignette at a pool of a girl falling asleep, having a dream about what she could do when she wakes up, and then being mad that she woke up? What? That's the stupidest shit ever. And then they had the fucking nerve to replay it this week because they thought they was really good shit. Oh, fuck off.
Well, here's a weird thing. Good shit. Here's a weird thing with all that. So last week on SmackDown, they had that horrible Mandy Otis segment that you're alluding to, Zeus. And Sonya and Lacey had a pretty decent match that ended like it was kind of a, what was it, James, like a double count out or something?
Yeah.
And so this week they have the rematch, which was again was maybe even better than last week's match.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. I did not understand that finish though.
Well, yeah. Well, this is what I'm getting to. So then the finish was Mandy showing appearing on the screen. Et cetera, et cetera.
Like a giant blonde carrot.
Yeah, distracting Sonya, and then Lacey beat her, and you're like, so how did last week's thing, like Sonya's out here having hard matches, and then Mandy's just like hanging at the pool with her weird boyfriend, her creepy stalker boyfriend, and then
legendary storyline,
and then she just shows up to mess with the other one.
2020 version.
Why is anyone going to root for Mandy in this?
I don't know. And then on top of that, why are you taking away from Sonya Deville's time? Because she's one of the best things about SmackDown, like Zeus said. Her ring gear is awesome. Her ring entrance gear is awesome. Everything is awesome about Deville. And then they put this fucking thing with the massive lips on the screen, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" It's Mandy Rose. Why? Horrible. Although Heel Bailey saved the day.
Oh, Heel Bailey is we're always
she's Megan Karen. She is
She's
Mega
what?
Karen.
She's Mega Karen.
Yeah. She's Mecca Karen.
Mecca
Yeah, Mecca Karen.
Karen. Okay.
Next level.
Yeah,
That
really
is-
is awesome. Yeah.
The belts are too heavy. I can't carry them. That was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna win the titles. I was completely
Well,
because they've been building up the Iconics thing with
It goes back to our point. Actually, Pedro, go back to our point that I think there's something wrong with Alexa because, again, in that match yesterday, she was favoring her right side. You notice? Again. So it could be something double.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because she had a year off, didn't she? She
yeah.
had a year off there.
Mhm.
yeah, she's been very injury prone, which I
Oh.
mean it's good to put her in a tag team in that regard. Yes, what is it? Sorry.
She had something. She had the studs taken out back, didn't she, as well?
Oh yeah.
She had
Justin said is FTR DTF. I'm not. What does DTF stand for?
down to fuck.
Oh,
Come on, Pedro.
Pedro does
I
not
don't know that.
He does not know
Pedro,
young people text lingo.
Zeus, we got to help this guy out. I mean, he's still
Look,
using a
this
1978
is how-
Motorola
look.
phone. I mean, come on.
Pedro has to text. He has to tap the 2-3 times. A B.
No.
He has to wait.
I don't
And then
have
he
that.
has
I
to
do
Tap
have a
the 3 D.
I do
E.
have I do have a smartphone.
And a fax
It's
machine.
not. Don't lie, Pedro. Don't lie, Pedro. You got a Fisher Price toy phone. That's
No,
what you got. The big
I do
numbers,
not.
right? There you go.
He's with us today from a recording from a pigeon that was dropped off.
Yeah.
He's standing outside a payphone with a shitload of quarters.
Oh man. If I was outside, it would be so noisy here.
Oh man.
FDR.
Yeah, I
FDR.
didn't know what DTF was. I apologize. I was like, what?
It's
what
okay.
is
It's
that?
all good. All right, old man. It's good.
It's
Oh,
okay.
man.
Pedro.
I'm like,
Pedro's
James and Zeus are older than me.
I'm a lot older than you too. I know.
Not a lot older than me.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Me
Yeah,
is
but
the young one
FDR,
here.
the
Yeah.
FDR had my interest back in the day. Now they don't. I couldn't give a shit with them. But now they're in AEW, and you know what? I hope they do good. But I'm never gonna watch them in AEW. So there you
Well,
I
go.
would have preferred to see them in New Japan, to be honest with you. I
Where's
thought that would
that
be better
guy?
for them.
Where's that?
That would have
Look-
been nice.
Look what
That would have been
YY
nice.
said. I think FTR is there to, down to the fuck. Oh shit! Oh my god! Because they've been helping out the Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah, but is anybody excited to see that
They've been
match?
taking them.
That is her greatest quote ever.
Yeah.
Stick it on a
Good
t-shirt.
job.
No
That's
shit.
good job. Y2H2. Good job, Y2H. Good job.
Yes, that is going to be a T-shirt.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
Holy
Yeah, but is
shit!
anybody interested in that matchup?
Well, with them versus the Bucks or them versus
Yeah.
the Butcher and the Blade, I think they're
The
supposed to
AEW
wrestle.
fans are. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're all in on whatever it is. They don't. You could have you could have Pharaoh in a fucking
Pharaoh.
tutu,
The dog.
and, in a ball pit, and they would say it's the greatest goddamn thing of all time.
That poor dog. They scared that dog in that one show. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever the AEW fans want, it's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
How about that Jeff Hardy promo last night on SmackDown? I wasn't impressed.
Oh.
I missed that. What did he
It was
say?
in the beginning. That's what opened the show.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed the beginning.
Yeah, that's when you cut the promo about him saying he woke up, he felt like he was hitting the head, and then he woke up reeking of alcohol, but it's not him. I won't let my wife down like that. Yeah, but he's speaking it, and it looks like he's high. He's talking like that, and it's high.
Yeah, maybe they let him go method.
Yeah, it's just,
Maybe he decided he wanted to be a method actor for this one.
yeah, yeah, right.
Oh,
No, he did.
Meth actor.
Yeah,
That actor. Oh my god!
damn, dude, that's brutal.
Damn.
I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was
Oh,
like
shit.
it was not long after his his last DUI thing, or whatever he got stopped for that last time in North Carolina, and they took him off TV for a bit, and they had I think it was Raw up here in Greensboro, and that night they had a bar was hosting a meet and greet with Jeff Hardy.
Oh my! You gotta be shitting me, Zeus. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I know I brought it up on the show, but I was just like, this isn't a good idea. Who the
Let's see how well he's done in rehab. Stick him next to it.
Yeah. And
he's officially the first one.
Very soon after the accident.
Well, now, because we were all wondering who's going to be the first one to hit the boards, right? Hit the plexiglass. It was Jeff Hardy, because Sheamus was throwing them all into the plexiglass. So,
but he didn't go through it, did he?
No.
Yeah.
After that shitty promo, out comes Sheamus. He said that your wife and kid are disappointment. You suck. They suck. They all suck. And then here comes Jeff Hardy. And, he ran up to Sheamus. And Sheamus was throwing him over the board.
Their storyline is that obviously Jeff Hardy has a history, but like the guy framing him is Irish.
Yeah.
I mean, with the guy who's poured booze on him is Irish.
like in American pop stereotypes. Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
It's just some shit. So aside from that, SmackDown was okay.
The
Drew Gulak over AJ Styles, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, but I think in the main roster, the women are carrying things more
absolutely
than the men for the most part.
SmackDown. Yeah.
I mean, because the best things from last night were Sonya, Lacey, and then the women's tag match.
Yeah. I love how heel Bailey gets all in Michael Cole's face. I love that shit. And he's scared, and he looks legit scared. You see the look on Cole's face, like, please don't come near me. He has that really scared look on his face. That shit is funny.
And that's the thing too, is like it's showing, like, I don't think Bailey's like heavily scripted promos that she had to memorize were that great. But letting her kind of like be this heel character, it comes off really fun, and it makes a lot of people mad. It makes a lot of people laugh. So once again, stop making people memorize 400 words to say 25 minutes to 8, and let them stop freaking out and just let them go out there and do their fucking job.
Yeah, stop letting Jeff Hardy cut promos. No more.
This sounds like some weird PSA. Like, stop letting Jeff Hardy cut promos.
Don't do drugs. Oh, excuse me. Don't drink. Don't. Yeah, come on, stop.
Hey, James, what would make it very meta? Have Damian Priest do the voiceover of that.
That would be. That would be actually probably be funny as shit. Don't do drugs. Don't be violent. But I have to kill Keith Lee again. Thank you. Oh my god!
And
then it's good old boy Jackson Riker. What about him? Yeah, he's getting a lot of heat in the locker room.
Yep. The end of the forgotten poop.
Yeah, the end of the forgotten poop. Yep, there you go.
Didn't they pose in front of a Confederate flag?
Not yet.
A while back.
I hope not.
They may have. I don't know.
I remember.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah. I swear.
If you would be the only person who remembers anything that the Forgotten Sons ever do.
Well, yeah, because
they got absolutely no pop in NXT, and then they come up here, and they get no pop up here. So they're the Forgotten Pop, and then this idiot Jackson Riker, who's a reject from Impact to begin with. Okay,
Gunner. He spent 4 years as a fucking bodyguard.
Yeah. who fucking does this tweet now. And I say, here's my thing. If you're doing it in character, even worse, because how ill-timed is it?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's even worse.
That's what Kevin Owens picked up on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is what you're going to use to try to get over? Are you kidding me?
I mean, without getting into any of the you know
The political
sort of-
situation.
yeah, without getting into any of the stuff, right? Just the lack of self-awareness that you would put this out during
Yeah.
whatever is happening. You know, it's like
I mean, Linda
it's kinda
McMahon did as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did
yeah,
she?
She had the nerve to talk about
Yeah.
unemployment.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, my God. These people
Oh my
just
god.
keep their mouth shut. Do everybody a favor and shut the hell up.
We fired 10% of our workforce. Aren't we great?
Hey, it cut expenditure. It cut expenditure.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course you did. You're not paying them anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
right.
I mean, that was effectively dumping stocks that nobody else could buy.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty
You know,
much.
it's like-
yeah.
I mean, you took a bunch of fucking lobsters out of your tank and left the fucking rubber bands on them and threw them back in the ocean.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a good analogy. That's actually a good
They
analogy.
can't fend for themselves if there's nothing they can fucking go do.
I don't know why this popped in my head, but Meef, what's any news going on there in the British wrestling scene? Because I haven't heard anything since that one No People show that had Will Ospreay versus B Priestley.
Yeah.
I haven't
they
heard
did
anything
that.
since then.
No, there's literally nothing happening. Chris Brooks, who's probably one of the biggest like wrestlers on the indie scene here, he's out in Japan now with DDT.
I watched this
Um,
match against May Sugura
Yeah.
yesterday. That match is hilarious. If people haven't seen it, it's cartoon logic. Is not realistic at all. So don't go into expecting like a traditionally excellent match. It is, but if you want cartoon hijink like just a comedy,
It's great.
hilarious.
When I first started going back to indie wrestling in like 2016, when I went to see Finex actually, Chris Brooks was on the bill, and he was waiting for his tag team partner to get in. So where my partner Paula was sat, there was an empty seat. So all the wrestlers were coming in sitting on there whenever they had to wait. Chris Brooks came there, sat down, pulled out a bag of sherbet, and he started dipping his lollipop in it and eating sherbet with his lollipop. And he offered her some. And he just sat there chatting to her. Yeah, he just sat there chatting to her. It's hilarious.
Is sherbet
But he's a really good guy.
frozen fruit flavored ice cream in England as well?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
I mean, we call things. We have the same words for different shit, or different words for the,
Yeah, no, I totally get it, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
just
you have.
answer, probably. Like,
Yeah,
it could be
frozen
something
shit.
else.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had to ask.
You guys had Ninja Turtles. We had Hero Turtles. Casey wouldn't let me forget that one. But yeah, no, we used to have sherbet where I lived on ice cream. So like when you get your like, I don't know how you guys get ice cream, but like we have like the like cone.
Cow,
We have
that's
like a
how you
double
get ice cream.
cone. Yeah, and you get like 2 scoops, and we used to get sherbet on top with syrup.
Oh wow.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Sherbet, tangy sherbet.
Yeah,
Oh,
what kind of syrup?
lime and strawberry flavored syrup.
Oh,
And like
see,
you'd have
that's not
lemon
common.
and lime sherbet. Yeah.
That's not common here.
Oh,
No, that's not. No.
One of my ice cream men was like I think he was a sex offender, but he was definitely sold porn and cocaine to
Jesus
kids.
Christ.
But like for £1, you could get a double cone like ice cream, massive scoops of ice cream, 2 lollipops in it, 2 massive lollipops, sherbet, syrup, topping, like sprinkles, a lot. So I turned a blind eye. I turned a blind eye to his crimes.
Because
he gave me some good shit.
A thing like that.
To be fair, it might not have been sherbet, it might have been cocaine.
Holy shit.
Or a sedative.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, calm down, James. Calm
Please,
down.
James.
Please calm down.
Somebody give James a sedative.
God.
Give him some sherbet.
Okay. Give him some sherbet. Oh God!
Speaking of wrestling and ice
we're gonna
cream,
use this
Lucha
episode
Libre,
as like
Holy-
criminal evidence.
Lucha Libre ice cream and churros has just celebrated their 1 year of being in business.
Oh,
nice.
are they back open?
I'm still mad I missed going to that, man. I gotta make. I have to go one day, Zeus, man. Cause I still want my fucking lucha churro, man.
Yeah, I saw they're opening back up. Apparently they've been open for a couple of weeks for to-go orders.
Oh shit!
Calm down, James. James, just let it go. Just stop thinking about it.
They still got my ugly. They're using the video that they made from last year after the grand opening, so it's still got the one gigantic fucking white dude in a fucking $5 Rey Mysterio mask. The only guy that showed up to the Lucha Libre and ice cream grand opening with a Lucha Libre mask on.
That's awesome.
Oh shit! I'm just picturing.
Oh, man. See, I need to go to Florida to eat pizza with James, and I need to go to North Carolina to eat ice cream and churros with Zeus.
Yeah, man. I want to wear a mask though while I do it.
I'm sure they would love that.
Yeah.
More people that know about Lucha Libre than they do.
Oh man.
There's probably like MEEF's wife, I'm sure, knows more about Lucha Libre than the Mexican descendant workers at Lucha Libre ice cream and churros.
Really?
Are we promoting the place?
We're burying it now. We're burying it now.
Are we really?
The ice cream The ice creams and churros are good, but they don't know jack about their lucha.
I used to get that with like Dutch guys who'd come here for like when I was selling carpet. They'd come in off the yachts and stuff, and like I'd noticed the accent, so I chat to them about like Dutch stuff and like I'd explain that I support Dutch national team, and then they're like, I don't really follow football.
Well,
I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, if you're Dutch and you're not following football, were they into kickboxing or what?
No, they're just like we like cheese.
We like cheese.
We like
like
cheese. We like.
What
sport do you follow? Cheese.
Did they have their own
Cheese
ice cream
pudding.
truck?
Oh my god. We follow cheese.
All I can think of now is the great Monty Python skit about the cheese shop where they didn't have any fucking cheese.
Oh my god.
You don't have any cheese at all. No, I'm deliberately wasting your time. No, fine, get out.
Shit.
Oh my god.
This
That's one of the best episodes ever. Just want to tell you, Meek. It's one of the best episodes ever.
I totally forgot who we were talking about, what we were talking about. I have no clue. The only thing I'm picturing right now is some fucking cheesy guy in a fucking ice cream truck.
Would you like some Gouda?
Would you like some sprinkles? Oh my god.
Imagine that you could get a cheese whip machine. Oh,
What?
like just spraying cheese into ice cream cones.
No.
Oh my god. Oh my. I can hear my arteries hardening as we speak. Okay?
Would you like the Stilton stir? Just green Stilton being poured into it.
The cone would have to be like cornmeal based, so it'd have to be kind of like a tortilla chip thing.
I don't know how your guys work. 'Cause you guys have waffle cones, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, our cones over here, traditional, are like these wafers, but they're not sweet.
Oh,
it's like a plain wafer. Yeah, and it looks like a penis. It's got two bulbous shapes. It's got two bulbous shapes, and then a cone comes out of it.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
We're all
Pardon
gonna
me, I'm
die.
trying to eat my penis.
Filled with cream.
What the hell has happened to this episode? This is amazing. We have the waffle cones and then we have the sugar cones.
I can't wait for Hillbilly to get a hold of some penis cone.
No, don't say that, James.
I bet you'll be saying, "Oh, this feels heavy." Then
No. Jesus Christ. Oh shit. Oh shit. Good morning, Angie.
What's up, Angie? How the hell are you? Oh shit.
You can tell I'm on Angie.
Oh my god.
I'm causing all kinds of mayhem.
Oh my god.
Oh my stars and garters. Whew.
Oh god.
Oh man.
So yeah, wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. 4 stories 7 years ago. Shit.
Yeah, recommendation that we alluded to earlier that everyone should check out that May Segura Chris Brooks match from Gato.
Oh, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
What was the thing called? Choco Pro Live? Is that what it was called? MEEF Choco Pro Live?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, you can find it on YouTube. Just look up Gato Moves YouTube thing and you'll find it. It's the most recent one. It's the main event of that show. It's hilarious.
Doesn't he hook her up to something?
Yeah, he picks her up and he puts this thing around her waist and it has like a hook thing and he like sort of pushes her along like I don't know what you would call that. It's a hook,
like a clothesline.
Yeah, and like
meat
pushes
hook.
her across the room. Then he gets like this inflatable and he beats her like a piñata with it.
What the hell's going on?
As a crazy match.
2020.
There's a whole deal. They're wrestling. Okay, it's not in a ring. Okay, they're not wrestling in a ring. Okay, let me put this out there. They're wrestling on just a mat in this tiny room, and there's a deal where you touch the wall as like since there's no rope to like break a hold, you touch the wall. And so she, the girl he's wrestling is really tiny. She's like 4'10", and he's really tall.
6'2".
Yeah, he looks like he's I don't know, like Godzilla, or something. He's like super tall next to this girl, and so he keeps touching the wall to break out of all the holds, and she gets frustrated and she drags the mat away from the wall. I'm not going to spoil the whole match, but it's funny.
All right, just to get back to some kind of something over here. Is it tonight's match between they're calling him Velveteen Dream? Is it like in a parking lot or something like that?
Yes.
They got
the wrestling ring?
in the ring. Yeah.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, they're gonna have like now. I think this is the match where like the talent got pissed off because the match was supposed to happen like at 6 p.m. and it rained all night here in Orlando, and they set the match till after midnight, and like all the town who was cheering outside were all pissed off. So I wonder if it's edited or who knows. But I heard that all the people who are outside were pissed as hell, and they didn't want to get into the match, and they had to do retakes with them, and all kinds of stories. So hopefully it's a good match. I mean, hopefully the whole takeover is good because I need a good takeover.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so apparently I'm in the minority. Everybody thinks it's going to be a squash match tonight between Cross and Ciampa, right?
I'm not saying that's what it's going to be. I was saying if I was booking it, I would have this one be a shorter match.
Okay. How about you, Zeus? You want a squash match?
Yeah, or like something like it's competitive for like the first 5 minutes, and then like there's like a misstep, and Gargano is like, kayfabe hurt, and then
Ciampa.
Ciampa, whatever, and
Tomato. No.
one of the little guys, and then and then Cross just utterly destroys him and makes him pass out in the Cross jacket. That would be the great thing, is like, as Ciampa's, he's reaching out, he won't tap out, and he just passes out.
What we need is we need the image, like when he kicked the shit out of Wagner Jr. and he was bleeding. We need Cross to have him in that lock whilst Ciampa's just pissing blood.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, you can't give him the Saito suplex, so that's out of the question.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he takes it.
He can't. His neck is done. He can't.
On the ring apron, the hardest.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Zeus, that's gonna happen now. He's gonna do the Saito suplex on the ring apron.
Onto two open chairs on the ring apron.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Set on fire. No, I'm just...
Yeah. Covered in sherbet.
with a vendor nearby. with
lime syrup.
Oh my god!
I can't. I refuse. I can't.
Oh god!
I can't anymore.
Oh my god! MEEF, it has been a delight to have you on.
It really has. It's been awesome.
This is one of my favorite episodes we've ever done.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my god!
Our pleasure. Thanks for coming on, man.
Tell us about the MMM show. Tell us where y'all are now and everything.
We've rebooted the MMM show, so we're doing it in smaller quantities. So but we're pre-recording as well. So the shows now are about an hour and a half. The last couple of shows, which we've been interviewing, Skip Chasen, who is one of the greatest guys out in Hollywood, and he does a lot of trailers and stuff. So if you've ever seen a trailer that was better than the film, he did it. He did a Gone in 60 Seconds trailer back in the day. That's amazing. And basically, he was the guy responsible for basically Pentagon Jr.'s arm breaking, and a lot of the stuff that was made Lucha Underground what it was, and all the backstage vignettes. He's Robert Rodriguez's best right hand man. So the last few episodes went a bit longer because we had that amazing interview with him, which actually was 3 hours, and he was going to be on for 20 minutes. So we had to split it down. We have EV Dubbers on this week. But yeah, we're at MMM Show 75 on all platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and the Lucha Central Podcast Network, which is hosting Spreaker, I do believe.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool, that's good. That's
It's
a good job.
great to see that, y'all getting some, good, some good people along with you and behind you and everything. Because
it's good to have you guys back. So
and kind of like how I'm a little behind, but I was watching that very first episode of y'all's return and talking about the very earliest part of season 1, and kind of how they were still kind of winging it because they didn't have everybody quite there that they wanted, and so it was just and talking about the Chavo and Blue Damon Jr. So it's definitely great. It's still great shit.
Yeah, I mean we're doing a retake, it's like almost like a retake, because we obviously now it's a lot of them, they were done like the day or two after the show, so we're all excited and pumped up, and like we look at stuff now revisited from so we look at it from different spectacles, and we're hoping to have some really good guests on, some wrestlers who we haven't had on before. So, and this week we had some Lucha Underground season 5 news.
Oh. So everyone check out the latest episode.
Yeah.
Check out all the episodes.
Check out season 5, yeah.
100 and what? 118? Something like that for you guys?
120 now, I think.
120, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have you guys back on the air, man.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff. And definitely stop. And a big thank you for stopping by this morning, man. We appreciate it.
That's right, man. I needed a laugh, and it's been a very good laugh. So.
you just stay away from the ice cream trucks, all right, brother? That's it. Good.
And don't forget, we're also trying to get that manscaping company to sponsor the MMM show too, because apparently 3/4 of the cast is hairier than fucking porcupines are rolled into damn.
We are Ewoks,
right?
Ewoks, yeah. Oh.
We are sweaty furballs.
Man.
I do not have my mullet anymore, so yeah, I'm not.
Thankfully. Well, even though it would have went,
my quarantine.
Although your mullet does go with the whole motif with your 1975 cell phone and your so it works well on you, Pedro.
No,
bag phone, and he's got the beta capsule to summon
Batman,
so he can go from his house to the store.
He's got Sony Beta
Western Union.
Wait a second. Did you say beta capsule like in Dragon Ball or something?
No. Beta capsule as in Ultraman. I was like saying you need the beta capsule to summon Ultraman, so you can go to the grocery store and the pizza place.
I was talking about those capsules that they hid like houses and cars and stuff.
He's gonna go watch WHT, and then he's gonna record it on his Sony Betamax. Yeah.
WHT.
Yeah. You don't remember WHT? It was the HBO before HBO.
No, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
No? Wow.
New York thing.
Yeah. It's probably a New York thing, yeah. Well, all of us kids used to try to steal the signal so we could watch dirty movies late at night. So
I was gonna say it had to deal with porn.
No. Just so like after midnight, so the real cheesy beef flicks like that, So all good. Well, thanks. I want to thank everybody for hanging out in the chat. But big ups to Justin, man. Angie, you missed a good show. Please go back and listen. Double Y, Double H. You got the quote of the year. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
All fun.
Quote of the year.
And definitely check out the Twitter account. What will Mongo do next?
Yeah.
That's a great fucking account right there.
Yep, and give a listen to the MMM show because definitely good shit. It's excellent stuff, man. Excellent stuff.
Yep.
All right, everybody.
Everyone have a great weekend. A good week ahead. Stay safe and
stay safe.
Adios.
Stay calm. Stay in the mix.
Later, peeps.
Bye. Venus.
What?
I knew somebody had to say it. There it goes.